Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so nervous to post this and to show you my new hair. Hold your comments for a second. I feel like some people are gonna love it and then other people are gonna absolutely hate it and be like, what did you do? Your hair was so nice before. I have just been itching to do bright orange. I don't know. I've just been feeling like so blah the last few weeks, and I just wanted to do something to change my look and just make me feel more vibrant and alive. And I mean, it doesn't get much more vibrant than this. So this is just a semi-permanent color, so it will wash out after a few shampoos. So it's not something that I'm planning on keeping long term. I do plan on going back to the blonde that I had because I love that color and I do like that more than this, but I don't know. I did it yesterday and I'm trying to just roll with it and embrace it. And I am really liking how it looks with this emerald green. I like the contrast. But if you're curious to see what color this is, what my formula was, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel because my next video will be a vlog where I show you the whole process of doing this and I show you exactly what I used. So anyway, today's video, I thought that while I'm debuting my new hair color, we could go back in time and look at all of the different hairstyles that I've had throughout the years, because if you guys have been here for a while, you know I used to change my hair all the time. And I got this video suggested from Andy on my last video, so thank you so much for the idea for this video. I tried to go through and find as many old photos as I could, and some of these are really horrendous and embarrassing. I remember my mom used to always like box dye her hair at home. That was like my first introduction to hair color, and I was just fascinated and I loved it and was like, I want to do this all the time. The first time that I remember getting my hair done and the first time that like I went to a salon and professionally got it colored, I was like 10 or 11 and I convinced my mom to let me get highlights. And I think they only did like maybe 10 foils, not even. Just a couple of little highlights. I can't find any pictures of my hair from back then because that was before we had any digital cameras. But that was the first time that I remember like really changing my hair color, even though it was very subtle. Then once I got into middle school, that's when I really like my style just took off and I was just very experimental and funky with my hair and was always doing something different. So I have this picture. I had to use just like a box dye. This was kind of like my go-to color that I did through most of middle school. I did like a maroon red over my hair, but because my hair is naturally pretty dark, it just came out like this really dark kind of plumish color. Like it just had a little bit of like a purpley red tint. That's not so bad. That's kind of cute. It was so little. Oh my god. So I had been doing that like purpley plum kind of color on my hair for a while, and then I decided to add a chunky blonde streak in the front. So there's this picture, which I don't know where my eyebrows went. And you can tell by looking at this picture too, I didn't even pluck my eyebrows. It's not like these were over plucked. These were shaved. Oh my god, it's so bad. And I just have like that little bit of like tight line black eyeliner in my waterline, and literally that's it. That was my go-to makeup look. Just black eyeliner in my waterline, and that was it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I had like literally just did the color this day, because you can see I look a little bit stained around my hairline. But yeah, I don't even, that ugly like weird brassy, I did it with a box color. Didn't really know what I was doing back then. I just kind of was like, oh, I'm just gonna throw this on my head and see what happens. So yeah, that was awful, and I look so bad in this picture. My god. This was 7th grade, I believe. So I was like 12. Let's see. Then, ooh, okay. This I had did going into 8th grade. And this was when like MySpace and being seen was like really cool, you know, like the whole emo, Hawthorne Heights, Taking Back Sunday, like that was everything. So I went to a salon for this and I just asked to have my hair razored, and I wanted a bunch of short spiky layers, and I wanted my front bang pieces to be hot pink with blonde. So yeah, oof. Again, no eyebrows, just the eyeliner, nothing else. So then after I did the hot pink and blonde bangs, I decided to go to black hair all over, and I just had a little bit of like a hot pink streak. This was the only picture I could find during that time. Then when I entered high school, this picture was when I was going into 9th grade, and I know you can't really see my hair very well here. I was having a hard time finding photos from like this time of my life, but I did black all over, and then I did a little bit of blonde pieces in my bangs, and then I had some blonde underneath. That was a look. So after 9th grade, once I got like fully established into high school, I started to mature a little bit. My style started to change. The MySpace days were coming to an end. So I just went back to my natural brown color. But I did always have a pretty heavy side bang, like all through high school. The color pretty much stayed consistent, but I was always switching it up. Like I'd let it grow out a little bit, I'd wear hair extensions, and then I would chop it to like my shoulders. And it was just always like short, long, short, long. At one point, I think I was in 10th grade, I was like 16 at this time, I decided, I had had my hair dark for quite a while, and I was like, I want to go lighter. So I went to Holiday Hair one day. I literally just like got the idea the night before, and then the next morning my mom took me to Holiday Hair. I had saved up money from like my birthday and Christmas, and I remember I brought in a photo of Jessica Alba, and I was like, this is what I want. And my hair at that point was like really, really dark. So yeah, I had like a light brown, dark blonde kind of color, which again, I couldn't find great photos of it, but it was pretty. But that didn't last very long because I don't know, I just like didn't really feel like myself. That was the lightest I think I had ever had my hair before, and it was like a shock to my system. So yeah, I did that for a bit, and then I just went back to dark hair. So you can see I would wear it kind of short, then I would put some clip-in extensions, but I had kept it just basically like my natural color all throughout like end of high school into college. Ooh, then I want to say this was my sophomore year of college. I was looking back at old photos, and I was looking at pictures from when my hair was that like dark blonde, light brown color, and I was like, that was actually really pretty. I want to do that again. But instead of going to a salon, I figured I would just have my friends do it. We decided to have like a salon party in my friend's college dorm room. And mind you, we had no idea what we were doing. So we went to Sally's and bought a bunch of stuff, and we decided to just bleach my entire head from root to ends. And so I ended up with hot roots, which, I don't know, you can like kind of tell in this picture. I don't really have very many photos of my hair when it was like this because it was such a mess. It was so bad. And I had dark color on my hair previously, so it didn't really lift well enough because we didn't do it in foils. We literally just put bleach all over my head and just let it process in open air. And we didn't know to not apply it to the roots right away. So my roots were like bright freaking yellowy blonde, and then the rest of my hair was an orange. And you can see in this photo, I tried to just like rock that for a while, but then I was like, there's no saving this, I can't. I mean, I guess I could have went to a salon. I don't know, I was in college, I was broke, I didn't want to be bothered with that. So I went back to dark hair. Then my junior year of college, so the following year, I decided to go bright red for the first time, and I recorded that process for my YouTube channel. That was around the time that I started my channel. That was like one of the first videos that I ever posted, and it blew up, and it has like a few million views at this point, which is so crazy. So yeah, I did that myself again. I used L'Oreal high color highlights. I went to Sally's, got my supplies. At this point though, I was starting to learn about hair color, and I knew to not apply it to my roots right away. And this actually turned out really nice. I had clip-in extensions that I had custom colored as well. So I had that for a few months, and then I got bored of it, and I decided to cover over it with a really dark brown, and I went back to like dark brown / black hair for a bit. And then after a couple months of that, I got bored and I missed my red hair, so I decided to go red again. And somehow it actually came out like really vibrant and pretty, and my hair wasn't totally dead and fried. I don't know how I got so lucky. And then of course after a while I got tired of that again, so I went back to black hair. And at this point, this was going into my senior year of college, and I was really into like the super long, thick, luxurious clip-in extensions. So you can see those in that picture. They like went down to my belly button. So I had the black hair for a little while, and then I got sick of it again, and I just felt like it was washing me out and I was just over it. So I decided to start lightening it. And again, I recorded that for a YouTube video. So I had this like light brown. It was very uneven though, because I had so much old artificial color and there was like so much obviously going on in my hair. So I had that for a bit, and then I decided to lighten it again, and I went blonde. And this was my first time being like an actual straight up light blonde, because for like my whole life I was under the impression that I could not pull off blonde hair, that my skin tone wasn't light enough for blonde hair. And obviously now I realize that that's not true, and anyone can pull off any color that they want. It's just about finding the right tone. Then I got tired of it. After I graduated college, I threw black over top of it. I went back to the dark hair with the long extensions. And then a couple months after that, I decided to go back to red. This was like my phase of going from like black to blonde to red to black to blonde. I was very indecisive with my hair, clearly. And then after being red for like maybe a month or two, I was sick of it, and I decided that I wanted to go back to blonde hair, which was quite a process. I attempted to do it myself at home, and it was just a hot mess, and I was just damaging my hair like crazy. So I went to a salon and got it done professionally and got it cut pretty short. And then I decided to get tape-in extensions. This was my first time trying out tape-ins. So I had the blonde hair with the tape-in extensions like all summer. And then that fall, my hair was just like so damaged and it just wasn't growing, and I wanted to just get it healthy again. So I decided to go back to dark hair. So I just darkened it up a little bit. I had like this medium brown kind of color. I had some clip-in extensions that I just cut a little bit shorter, so it just made my hair look fuller and healthier, because realistically it was like very uneven. I kind of had like a mullet going on. It was not cute. And then after a couple months of that, it was starting to grow and look healthy again. So I was like, I'm gonna go back to blonde. So I did that at home. I have clip-in extensions here too. During this point of my life, my hair was just like, it wasn't cute, and it just looked very thin because I had like a lot of layers in it just from breakage, from changing the color so often. So I was always wearing clip-in extensions. So then after a while of that, I wanted to just get it healthy again, and at this point I had moved to a different area. I had found a salon that I really liked and a hairstylist that I really liked, and I was talking to her about how I just wanted to get my hair healthy again. So I decided to go back to dark hair, and I also got a keratin treatment at this time, and that was like the best thing. And I just left it alone for a few months. I stopped coloring it. I was not really using heat on it very much, and it grew so much. This was like the longest that my hair had been since I was a kid. And you can see like it was long, it was full, it was healthy. I didn't have any extensions in my hair in these pictures. So then fast forward to the following year, I started cosmetology school. And while I was in school, of course, you know, I'm learning about hair color and I'm seeing all these girls doing different things to their hair. And I was like, I want to do something funky. My hair just felt so boring. I hadn't done anything to it in like over a year, and I was just ready to cut it short and go lighter. So that's what I did. I started the process of going blonde, and I started out with like a honey blonde. The whole time I was in school, basically, I was like constantly doing stuff to my hair, and I was very fortunate because my school was really cool about that. They let us, as long as we like got all of our work done for the day, they let us play around and do each other's hair. So I just like kept going blonder and blonder, and I kept cutting it shorter and shorter. And at one point I decided to just throw like a semi-permanent color, and I did like this peachy kind of pink color. So that was pretty cute. And then after that I decided to just go full on platinum blonde, like roots to ends. And this was the first time that I had ever done that, because I had obviously been blonde before, but I always kept my dark root. And I was always scared that I was gonna look really weird and like washed out without my dark root. But I figured, let's just go for it. Let's see how it looks. And I just felt like an ice queen. I loved this hair. It was so much fun, but it was just so high maintenance. And I don't know. I wanted to go back to dark hair, go back to my roots. So that's what I did. I went back to dark, but I like instantly regretted it and missed my blonde hair. So a couple months after that, I decided to bleach my entire head again, but I did it at home, and I had my boyfriend help me, and I couldn't really see what I was doing, and I ended up leaving the lightener on a little bit too long, and my hair also had just been through so much. So yeah, it ended up getting very damaged from this process. I remember I was rinsing the foils out in his kitchen sink, and literally clumps of my hair were just coming out, and I was like, what did I just do? So I had it this like mauvey silver blonde, which was kind of cute, but my hair was just so damaged that the color just looked very flat and dull, and it was just a hot mess. Like, my haircut was a disaster. I always say this to people: you can have the most beautiful, gorgeous color ever, but if your hair itself looks like shit and is damaged and uneven, your hair's not gonna look good. So you may as well just let it grow out, give it a break, not color it for a while, and let it grow out and get healthy. So that's what I did. I went back to dark hair, and I just started the process of letting it grow out. It was so ugly. I felt really unattractive at this point because my hair was just so short, and I had so many short layers, and it was just really, I felt like I had a bowl cut. It was just not cute, and I was trying to like not put extensions in it because I wanted to just like let it go, not really put heat on it very often, and just, you know, just let it grow out. But then after a few months, I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I'm so over this. I feel so ugly. I just want long hair again. So I got some tape-ins, and then after having the tape-in extensions in my hair for a few months, it really allowed my hair to grow. So I took the extensions out, and at that point my hair finally was all long enough that I was able to just cut it to all one length, and I just had my natural color, and it just felt so nice and healthy. So I just left that for a while, and I had that like all summer long. Then I decided that I wanted to just lighten it a little bit. So my boss had added some highlights to my hair, and I had this really pretty like dark blonde balayage. So I had that from like September until May, and then this past May I decided to go blonde again. My hair was starting from a healthy place, and at this point I have now been professionally doing hair and licensed for 2.5 years. So I know what I'm doing now, and I know how to like properly do my hair gently without causing damage to it. So yeah, I went blonde again, and I had that this entire summer, and then literally just last night I decided to go with this bright reddish orange. And yeah, that's where we're at today. That is my full hair history. So let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite hair that I've had. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope that you guys found it entertaining. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.